Hey, y'all. Welcome to the show. How's everybody doing?
We're not doing
How
this.
are we?
Horrible intro.
How we
I
doing?
hate you.
What a dog.
I don't tell you this enough. I hate you.
Yeah, I don't tell you this enough. You look disgusting.
All right.
Billy, I don't think I tell you this enough. Whenever I'm around you, you smell like stale tobacco and shit.
That one's too real, man.
All right. This is David, Aaron, Evan, and William Donald Godric Broder Jr. We're here in your bathroom, ready for a great show.
Can I just mention this, is that I work at the Palladium now, where Billy works, and I have a guest services job, but Billy has moved up to security, and he has been the man behind the camera. He gets to see all the cameras, so this maniac is getting paid essentially to watch me work, among other things. And not only is he doing that, on one of the first nights we're both working together, he goes, "Oh, I'm gonna need a ride home. The brakes on my bike aren't working." And I get off before he does. And so I'm waiting, and he's going, I'm gonna come down. All while he's sending me pictures of myself waiting for him like he's fucking Jigsaw or something. And he doesn't come down. He doesn't come down for like another 20 minutes.
I don't know if I'm even allowed to talk about this, but last night I had to call an ambulance to the show, and there was a great moment where they came on the radio and they were like,
As a ride to the show?
No, they were like, command post, we're gonna need an ambulance. And I'm in the room with this girl who works there, and I go, an ambulance? And she was like, yeah, call an ambulance. And I went, on my phone? And she was like, yeah, go. I had no fucking clue that was something that was gonna be required of me at all. So then I'm just on hold with 911, and I'm talking with 911, and the guy's asking for details, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm up in the cool computer room. I'm not there. I don't really know.
We had some technical difficulties, but we are back with another great episode of Live from Your Bathroom. There's a series of sketches today, could be the best that have ever been dropped. A sequence of bangers, back to front. Isn't that right?
All I'm going to do is I'm going to take words from the first part that we recorded and then make it to make new sentences where you guys are saying insulting things about your family members and your coworkers.
We're gonna make it. We're gonna cut it together to make it sound like Billy and Evan did a duet talking about how much they love Saddam Hussein.
Yeah.
Wait. Why do we even have to cut that together? We could just do that right now. Oh,
you do that right. If you do that right now, hang on. Evan, if you don't shut your mouth right now and stop singing about Saddam Hussein, I'm gonna walk out.
How
of
great
this podcast, okay?
is Saddam?
Wait, hang on 1 second. Can I just interject for 1 second? I actually don't know what Saddam Hussein did. What did he do?
He gassed his own people. I think is the line people like to
he gave them a bunch of like weed and they like smoked it and got high.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and drop into our first sketch. Aaron has prepared a little curveball for us. He hasn't told us what it is yet. He's about to drop it in our little chat, and we're going to pull that thing up. We're going to get into it.
Yeah, I've posted the link in the chat, so it's cool to see how much you guys are paying attention.
I'm looking at it right now. It's actually all currently censored and redacted. You have redacted every line of the sketch.
I'm the type of guy, I kind of get locked in on my first idea. And my first idea was, let's not write a sketch. And then my second idea was, let's write a monologue instead. An opening monologue to this, this great show of ours. So that's what this is. But then I had the second thought of like, well, our production cycles on these episodes could be anywhere from like 2 to 6 months. This opening monologue, it's a monologue. It's got to be treaty. It's got to cover topics of the day. So what I did is I have created a loose approximation of what I think the world's going to look like 6 months from now. And I've written a monologue to go into that. And so I thought that you guys could all be the hosts. There's a bunch of areas in here for crowd noise, but I thought you guys could just trade off, going joke to joke to joke, in alphabetical order. So we'll start with Billy, then we'll go to David, then we'll go to Evan, and then we'll see how the monologue feels. And maybe I'll do a monologue every week. I won't, but maybe I will.
We should do a monologue every week until NBC brings back Jimmy Fallon.
Well, hold on. Actually, never
we'll
mind.
see if that
Wait,
happens or not.
I'm sorry. That could be going on way in the past right now.
I know it's probably going on way in the past, but I'm gonna unveil the first joke, and Billy, this one's for you.
Also, if you just highlight
and
them
we can read it.
on your own screen, you can see them.
Well, don't do that, Evan. Don't ruin it.
Don't do that, you fucking freak. You're a freak. If you were in my hometown, I would run you out of town with a pitchfork.
Oh my God! Look at him! Look at his big saggy red tits! Get him! That's what people would say when they saw you.
David, you're supposed to say something that's not true about Evan, so we don't actually hurt his
Look at
feelings.
your blue soggy red tits!
David,
No,
you're
that
not
was
supposed to be
bad,
saying.
too.
I used to be a part of a group called the Big Nipple Club. I was the president of such a.
Hey, buddy! I gotta tell you, you're still in that club. Billy, you want to take us into our first monologue?
Hey,
joke?
hi, how we doing tonight? How's everybody doing? Yeah, Disney has hired a Native American Sensitivity Council to advise them during production of a live-action remake of Pocahontas.
Woo! Yeah.
The council's first piece of advice: do Sleeping Beauty instead.
So that's like something. That could really happen. That's pretty close. That could happen.
That one
Oh,
could
great,
definitely be
Joe.
And I
real.
think that could be real. So David, this next joke is yours.
It's official. Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner have finalized their divorce. Well, yeah, I know. Sad. When asked about the hardest part of the split, Joe said spending more time with Kevin.
He went there.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So right now they're just starting the divorce process. 6 months from now, we could imagine it could be
Aaron,
finalized.
can I
It's
give
the
you an
Hollywood
alternative
divorce.
Can I give you an alternative punchline to that joke?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I would love one. Yeah.
Maybe it's official. Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner have finalized their divorce. When asked about the hardest part of the split, Joe said, "Well, definitely not the bananas and the ice cream."
Yeah,
that
would
could
work.
happen
And
in
6
the
months from now-
future. Is that?
Yeah, and that could happen. And that could
Six,
happen.
6 months from now, we might be in an ice cream
I
renaissance.
mean, maybe
Well,
Joe
Evan-
Jonas gains 300 pounds and gets type 2 diabetes, and that joke will be more relevant than ever before.
Well, Evan, why don't you give this next one a shot?
You
Next
hear
one's
about
gonna
this?
be-
You hear about this? Joe Biden's dog passed away today.
Whoa.
Aww.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. If you've ever seen a picture of Joe with his dog, you would know that he really loved it, but maybe he loved it too much. They're saying the dog died of chlamydia.
Oh, that would get groans from the audience.
Oh no.
Yeah, so that's about how Joe, like right now, we know that Joe Biden fucks his dog, and so 6 months from now, it might be unreal that there's
Do you
more
think
going
that's
on
what
there.
they're doing to keep him so sharp? Is they're having him get pounded by his dog every morning before he gets on stage?
Yeah, it's like adrenochrome, but it's dog semen.
The conservative conspiracy theorists have got it wrong. It's actually dog cum that the elites are chugging.
Well, anyways, Billy, why don't you give this next one a go? I think we should pick up the pace a little bit now that we're in the
As
rhythm.
you know, it's been 3 months since a giant alien monster's come down to Earth and began terrorizing Manhattan. One New Yorker who was eaten by the monster last Thursday says at least he feels safer in the alien's belly than he did working for Jimmy Fallon.
Whoa,
Yeah.
now that's
Oh,
a
no.
dig.
Throwing shots.
tough.
Yeah, but yeah, 6 months from now, same thing that we're doing for all of them. I think that's going to happen. David, this one's you.
Okay. President Donald Trump was put in custody and taken to prison earlier today.
Yay!
Oh yeah, I mean, sorry, that was supposed to be a yeah. Yay!
Why is it called custody, you ask? 'Cause his custody ass is going to jail. Oh wait, no, 'cause TD, his ass is going to jail. How am I supposed to read this?
Cause 2D.
Cause
Yeah.
today he's
Oh,
going
it's
to
cause
jail.
TD. I thought you were trying to say.
Suggesting in the future, 6 months
I
from
thought-
now, the English language will be a little
No,
bit.
No, wait, hang on. I was interpreting this as you were saying Donald Trump has like a custardy, sort of like ice cream-esque ass. Like a
Yeah,
loose, like milky ass.
If I had more foresight, I would have had someone else read that joke. But yeah, cause custody, his ass is going to jail. Makes perfect sense.
Okay, well, maybe it's not a very good joke.
Okay.
Yes, I mean, that's true about most of these. Evan, back to
Ford
you.
has just unveiled their new flying car set to hit our nation's roads in January of 2024. Several of the test vehicles,
Yeah,
that's right.
woo.
Several of the test vehicles have already sucked up children into their propeller fans, something which millennials are calling a feature, not a bug.
Those millennials, they hate having kids.
They don't like kids.
Don't
No,
they?
most of them.
They don't like kids. They don't like kids.
Have you heard about this? This is crazy. Moms have started making videos and giving each other advice on TikTok. They're calling it Mom Talk. I mean, when I was a kid, Mom Talk was an area of Long Island. Praise Sneed. Now Sneed is the name.
So, yes, Sneed is the name of our new alien overlord that has sort of dominated.
And that's not even it's not even positioned as a punchline in this. It's just something that the people have to say, I imagine.
Yeah. Well, you have to praise Sneed at the end of your joke.
Well, Sneed has commissioned you to write these jokes because he knows that Live from Your Bathroom is the largest syndicated podcast in all of America. So he knows that this message is going to come across to the people.
Yeah, the reason why I got an email from Sneed, and he says he's coming in 4 months. You mean
a Sneed mail?
A Sneed mail, yeah, sorry. From Sneed's official Sneed mail service. All right, well, this next one, we're pulling back on the Sneed stuff.
Is it my turn?
Yes, that's how this has been working this entire time.
Is this one going to be hard to read?
For you, yeah.
Okay. After 8 Daniel Craig Bond movies, Dylan Mulvaney has been selected to be the new 007.
Woo! Yeah!
Now, this, of course, sent right-wingers into a complete tizzy, yelling, "Bond can't be a woman!" Well, at least they got her gender right this time.
Woo!
Yeah, that's a snarky one.
These are horrible.
Well, these are awful.
But hold on. In 6 months,
That's
he's going to
even nothing to do
evolve.
with Sneed.
Sneed is a populist. He appeals to our worst instincts.
Yeah. Well, Evan, let's keep.
Okay.
Let's keep moving
All right.
on.
A recent poll found that 74% of Americans couldn't tell you the capital city of Gaia Rubio, Sneed's home, whereas 90% of Europeans could. Sure, but why don't you give us a call when Europe is attacked by a giant alien monster?
Imagine it's 6 months from now, and you're hearing this episode of Live from Your Bathroom first, and you're like, how did they know, Like, how did they get this information?
Yeah, and Sneed has one of his 12 million cock-shaped tentacles shoved directly in your ear, forcing you to listen to Aaron's Live from Your Bathroom monologue jokes.
Well, this next one's back to Billy.
Barack Obama and his boyfriend Larry Sinclair have announced they will be wed next April. We wish them nothing but the best. Praise Sneed.
That's the whole joke.
Hey, is that a joke, or is that just like a little?
Well,
love letter
sometimes
from
they just
Sneed?
pepper in little news bites, just here, to keep the
Yeah.
rhythm going.
I could see Seth Meyers doing that one.
I was looking at a picture of Larry Sinclair the other day. In my head, I was just going, I want you.
What do you mean you were looking at a picture of him in your head?
I was manifesting him in my
He
head.
was imagining. He's looking for the
I was
word
imagining. No, I was not looking for the word. Listen, I like to use words in new and innovative ways.
Anyways, Evan, you can
Okay,
take this
sure,
last
sure.
one, and then I'll be.
Oh,
the
great,
sidekick.
great.
Yeah.
The city of Paris has just been invaded by a giant alien monster. The citizens aren't worried, though. The monster has already thrown up the first 4 Frenchmen it's eaten. It can't seem to get... Let me take this back. It can't... The monster has already thrown up the first 4 Frenchmen it's eaten. It can't seem to get used to the taste.
Hopefully, we don't get a bad Yelp review. Earth, the food here stinks.
That's like a Bill Maher joke.
They're all Bill Maher jokes. That was sort of my.
That last
quick
one is like
question here.
I read Bill Maher.
This giant
What's up,
alien
Evan?
monster, this is different than Sneed, and also And
Yeah,
also,
it's a new
this is
one.
also breaking news
Yes.
that happened between joke 9 and joke 11 here.
Yes, yeah, it is. See, Sneed is just like kind of a guy in like a spaceship, and this, I mean, like it feels like trivial explaining this because the people listening to this right now are just gonna know this. It's just gonna be the life that they
That's
live. But
history class.
Sneed is just.
Yeah, I can't wait for
Sneed
in
is-
6 months when we actually have listeners.
Sneed is a guy. Well, they're gonna listen because they're gonna. This is the main place you can get your news. Sneed is a guy just kind of in a ship who manages Earth. The monster is akin to like a Cloverfield monster, and there's two of them, one in New York and one in Paris.
Well, Aaron, I think that you did a great job here. I think praise be to Sneed. Sneed is going to be very happy about this, and I think he's going to give us a couple good boy points for doing such a good job. And speaking of a good job, I think it's time to move on to.
You're not the host.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You fucking freak.
Evan-
You're always trying to take control. What is with you? Can we unpack this? What is with you in control?
I am obsessed with power, and it comes from my castration anxiety.
Oh my God! Looks like we got a little Sneed in the bathroom. A little control
Evan?
freak. All right, guys. Well, I think that list of jokes kind of expands itself to its full potential. So let's
Well,
go
now
ahead
we're
and-
gonna go to the desk.
Oh,
Now we're moving over to the desk.
Oh,
now that we've finished the monologue.
the,
Oh yeah.
the interviews.
Everybody, please welcome Steve Martin and Martin Short.
and Sneed.
Welcome Sneed Martin and Martin Sneed.
So Sneed. So Sneed.
Now
Is that
your
real
show
hair?
only murders in the Sneed
Only
building.
Sneed's in the building. It's a smash hit.
Only Sneed's
It's a
in the
smash hit
building.
for Sneed Hulu.
with Sneedine Gomez.
There you go. There you go.
All right. Well, David, you want to cast?
What
oh,
was it
fuck.
like to produce this show, Sneed?
Yeah. I can't wait for
I
it.
love that Sneed voice.
But we've all picked up the language very quickly,
Yeah,
so they
everybody
just
will be
roll
able.
right into it.
Everybody will be able to speak it at that point.
Uh,
They're phasing out English.
okay, so
That's
just
that custody is actually
custody.
I'm
That's
speaking
going to do.
Sneed.
David, do the thing that you're trying to do.
Oh, it's time to move on to our.
No, not that.
Oh.
We've done that. Cast out the sketch. I'm gonna.
I'm sorry.
What I'm gonna do every week is I'm gonna be like, yeah, other people are hosting this week, and then I'm gonna micromanage every little decision.
I mean, you're good at it. You're good at it, and that's why Sneed picked you to lead the pack. Anyway, so we got a lot of rules here. So we're gonna go Aaron as Don. We're gonna go Evan as Roger. We're gonna do we'll do Billy as Roger. We'll do Evan as Duncan. We'll do Aaron as Barbara. I'll be Diane. Evan, if you could also be Seymour.
okay. Duncan Seymour.
Now, by now, the episode 5 has come out, and David has specifically made a request to cut down on the amount of characters.
These are easy characters. Also, there's a narrator role in both of these. So one narrator is just the character of Duncan, and one narrator is just the character of Roger. So when it's Roger and Duncan segments, you'll know when to. You're also reading for narrator, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
It shouldn't make sense, but I'm looking at it so it does.
Interior, Dingle Tech Toys, Corporate HQ, day. 3 executives, Don, Duncan, and Albert, sit at a table. Ignore Albert. Albert's not in this.
Good to know.
Don, Duncan, and Roger sit at a table.
All right, gentlemen, let's give our attention to Roger's new toy presentation. Roger, the floor is
All
yours.
right, thanks, Don. Gentlemen, we here at Dingle Tech are all about fun, but more importantly, fun with a purpose. According to research from my R&D team, birth rates in the U.S. are dropping at an unprecedented rate. Simply put, women don't want to have children anymore. That's our target demographic, going right down the shitter. So what did I do? I've conceived of a toy for adult women so they can experience the joy of motherhood. Without further ado, let's play the commercial. Tired of today's old toys? Sick of the same plastic Barbies? Ready to throw away grandma's old school baby dolls that don't even dump? New from Dingletech, in collaboration with Playboy entrepreneur Roger Plumbles, it's Roger Plumbles' real-life mean green dumper! The first baby doll that makes real dumps. Simply feed your little dumper our signature mashed corn formula, let the food travel down the intestines where it gets sprayed with Roger's patented crab spray, and bam! A real rancid pant load that mommy loves to wipe on up. Don't believe us? Just hear what our customers have to say.
I used to hate the idea of being a mother until Roger Plumble's real-life dumpers came along and taught me the joy of cleaning up big horn husk logs. Now, I can confidently say that I'm ready and excited to contribute to our diminishing population.
After I got drunk one night in college and got my uterus removed as a dare, I thought my days of being a mom were over. That is until Roger Plumble's real-life dumpers came along and let me experience the joy of being a mother. I have an appointment for a uterus transplant today.
They sent me this in the mail, but I didn't order it. Now, I don't play with dolls, but I do very much enjoy the corn formula.
Order your very own Roger Plumble's real-life dumper from Dingletech today, and we'll throw in Roger's phone number absolutely free. But hurry, this offer will only last a limited time, so buy yours today! So, what do you think?
Yeah, we can't sell this.
What? What do you mean?
Well, first of all, the whole idea is confusing. I mean, sure, I understand the idea of recreating motherhood using a toy, but wouldn't the baby be more effective than a mutant green rat with golden grills?
Don, not to sound like a huge asshole, but it's been done. It's not 1950 anymore. Women aren't satisfied with regular old babies. They want awesome rats with real craps they can clean up.
So you think women have kids so they can clean up their shit?
Sorry, have you been in girls' bathrooms? They always have baby changing stations.
That's completely incorrect. Besides, you also can't put your name on the toy?
I made it, Don, so...
Okay. And what about the phone number? How is that a purchase incentive?
Well, people know I came up with the best toy of the decade. They're probably going to really want my advice.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and speak for everyone here. It's a no, Roger. Please, sit down. Duncan, are you ready to give your presentation?
Sure am, boss. Gentlemen, there's a boy problem in America today. Men have no desire to be fathers anymore because they're swept up in a new hedonistic lifestyle that prioritizes power, sex, and money. My new toy will reach those men out there and captivate them to embrace fatherhood. You're a modern man, and you want what a modern man wants. Beautiful women, fast cars, big houses, a fat little rascal upchucking around the house. We've got you covered. New from Dingletech, in collaboration with certified sex expert Duncan Ruckers, it's Duncan Ruckers Up-Chunk Little Chunkers. The only...
Just a quick note. I believe it's Upchuck.
Upchuck Little Chunkers. The only baby doll that spews real chunks. Just feed them our signature mashed corn formula. Let the food travel down to the stomach to soak in Duncan Rucker's signature digest juice. And bam! Women will love that you've got that little... Women will love that you've got that little fucker blowing lunch all over. Don't believe us? Just hear what our customers have to say.
Well, I went on a date with him at his place, and I wasn't really into it, but, he kept yelling at his mother over the phone, asking her why the Chinese restaurant was declining his debit card and we couldn't have dinner. I was gonna leave, but I just felt so bad for this little fucker, Duncan Rucker's Upchuck Little Chuckers, that was throwing his lunch up all over his apartment, that I stayed and made sure that he was safe for the night. Plus he just got along so well with my real-life green dumper. Now we're married.
Well, hell. I don't know what they are, but I ain't gonna say nothing as long as they keep coming up with this corn formula. Order your very own Duncan Ruckers Upchuck Little Duncan Ruckers Upchuck Little Chunkers from Dingletech today, and we'll throw in pictures of my wife sleeping absolutely We'll throw in pictures of my wife sleeping for absolutely free. But hurry, this offer will only last a limited time, so buy yours today. So, what do we think?
What is all of this about a signature corn formula? We don't even have a food distribution license.
We do now. Roger and I received approval from the Department of Public Health this morning.
Yeah, we've been working on this formula for years in the office kitchen, and we're really excited to show our toys and our recipe to the world.
All right, I've had enough. These are, without a doubt, some of the worst presentations I've seen in my 20 years working for this company. Both of you are fired. Get out.
Cut to exterior, city streets day. Don is on the sidewalk begging for money. Roger and Duncan pull up to him in a sweet convertible.
You should have listened to us, Don. Look at you now. You're pathetic. Here, maybe these will get you back on your feet.
Roger and Duncan give Don their toys and drive off laughing. End.
David, I have a question. Did you know that they made a doll that pooped?
They do?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the biggest toys when I was a kid. It was a doll that pooped.
Is it a green rat with sick grills?
No, it's not.
Yeah,
So that's where you've got it.
So they don't make this toy.
Well, hold on. I said they make a doll that poops. I didn't say.
Well,
they make
that's
a
not
green
what
rat
that's
with
not
sick
what the
grills.
idea is. This idea is it's a green rat with cool golden grills and a motorcycle jacket, and it dumps.
I'm not coming at you. I'm just saying.
He's just wondering about your inspiration.
Yeah, and also that it's not that far out of the realm of possibility to have a doll that.
My
poops.
inspiration is that there's a rat in my apartment and it's shitting everywhere, and I thought, and my girlfriend loves it, and my girlfriend loves it and wants to keep it. That's the inspiration.
I would love if after, Roger and Duncan talk about how they're working together, if another character bursts in and, hey, how dare you take credit for my idea, Gary Gormula's super duper corn formula. And it's revealed that they are piggybacking on another character's great corn formula idea to promote their upchuck little chunkers and their Roger Plumble's dumpers.
I really wanted to bring this to everybody before the meeting because I just wish everybody could have contributed their own their own name for a toy. I just thought it would be so fun if we just had this giant collage of fucked up little monsters.
I'm thinking I got nothing, so I don't think I.
You have no imagination.
I know that Bart rhymes with fart.
That's actually a good start.
So
Bart Simpson's licking little blimpkins.
Yeah.
What the hell's a
Didn't
blimpkin?
like licking there.
I don't think it
What's
worked
the
very well.
So what I was thinking, and this is close to what Evan was just saying, but what I was thinking right when the corn formula made its way back in, is that we were going to find out that Dingle Tech was basically subsidized by the corn industry. That's where I thought we were heading, is that corn was the deep money behind this this toy company.
That's a great note. That's a great note. If big corn bought Dingle Tech,
which is
Guys, I
which
realize-
is in turn all being subsidized by the government. If it's corn
it would be great
farming.
before that's revealed, maybe each of the commercials could end with "now with corn."
I would also love a quick shot to the FDA, and there's just somebody in a chair with a stamp, just stamping Roger Upchuck's Dungle dump trucks, and then just sliding it through, and then fucking baby burpees, Mr. Slurpee Worpies, and then just stamping and sliding.
What would be really
Wait,
great
Approved.
is revealed that this is taking. Well, I guess this takes place a little bit in the future, but it's like in the '80s, and so they come together
I love it in the
and they're
future.
pitching. Well, this toy is not like in the '50s, but if they're pitching the cartoon. Like the Transformers of these characters that's gonna air and get these characters on board.
No, my comment about the future thing is if this test sketch takes place in the future, I mean, why is there no reference to Sneed or either of the Cloverfield monsters?
That was a great idea, Evan. That was a great idea. If they start pitching that this idea is a huge moneymaker because they can market TV shows based off the toys, that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
I just have a question, just circling back to something Aaron said earlier. You brought up the FDA. What does that stand for? Fuck, dick, ass?
What the hell? All right, let's move on to Of the I Sing.
All right, we're going on to of the I Sing. This is one of my sketches. Billy, you're gonna be playing Walker, and a character that'll be appearing. I'm just calling them S1. I think you'll know who they are when they show up. We've got Aaron. You're gonna be playing.
Named after Paul Walker.
That's exactly right.
Wait, guys, wait, guys, hang on. Pretend I'm talking to a guy named Walker who's fat. Walker, more like Sitter with your big fat ass.
What the hell? All right, who am I playing?
That would be great, David, if Walker was a big character in this sketch, but he's a thin but powerful man. So we'll ignore that. Aaron, you're playing Buxton, and you're playing a character that'll appear
Named after Paul Buxton.
Named after Paul Buxton. Yeah. I love old Hollywood. What can I say? And
I told you guys this was our best episode, and we're not even at the Beatles sketch.
So and you're playing CO, Aaron. Just so you know, you're playing Buxton and CO. David, you're going to be playing Claude, and why don't you go ahead and read the stage directions as well, and then I will play Goodwin and a character called S2. So this is this.
Wait, hang on, Evan, real quick. Picture me talking to a big fat guy named Claude. Claude, more like Blood Claude with your big fat ass.
That's not funny.
I think it's funny to imagine the fat guys crying after David says it. That's what's making me.
The characters in the sketch can hear
Sneed.
David calling them.
All right, Evan, we got to move forward
David,
here.
we've got you on the stage direction. So why don't we jump into this?
Interior conference room in the Pentagon, 3:15. Two high-ranking military officials, Buxton and Walker, sit at one end of a conference table.
So, Buxton, how's it feel to be promoted to the senior purchasing committee?
It's very exciting, sir. The junior committee budget was completely underfunded. Only $725 million a year.
Chump change. Round here, money grows on trees, and this forest is evergreen, Bubba.
Buxton starts chuckling.
All right. Lace yourself up. You'll have plenty of time to get your jollies, but right now we need to be on our best behavior. We're meeting with our man from Lockheed Martin today. They do stellar work. Ever heard of Grunkin Slavics?
Grunkin.
Ever heard of Grunkin? I know what it's gonna sound like. All right. Lace yourself up.
Oh man, Sneed's not gonna be happy.
You'll
about
have plenty of time to get your jollies, but right now we need to be on our best behavior. We're meeting with our man from Lockheed Martin today. They do stellar work. Ever heard of Grunkin Slovakistan?
No.
Of course not. The landmass doesn't even exist anymore thanks to the geniuses over at Lockheed.
Wow.
Ah, Mr. Goodwin. Welcome back to the Pentagon. I trust you got your parking validated already.
Yes.
Great. And now with the small talk out of the way, tell me what you and your brainiacs have been cooking up for us.
Well, gentlemen, me and the boys at the lab have engineered a weapon that will forever alter the battlefield. Whoever wields its destructive power will ensure their status as the world hegemon for centuries to come. Allow me to present the future of warfare.
A stocky elderly Frenchman enters the room.
This is Claude. Say hi, Claude.
Bonjour.
Claude here is the deadliest weapon ever devised by man.
Oh, I see. He must be the pilot of a new stealth plane that can break the sound barrier? Silent?
Don't be foolish. He's clearly some kind of combustible bioweapon. A lifelike android that can be taken prisoner and then detonate itself behind enemy lines.
Oh, it's nothing so science fiction as that. Claude is a composer.
Buxton and Walker exchange confused looks.
Gentlemen, what do you know? I'm very confused. Gentlemen, what do you know about notes?
Notes?
Yes, notes.
I guess I...
What if I told you there were notes that were so high-pitched, so bursting with sorrow, yet laced with such acute tenderness that they could cause water to appear where no water once was?
Are you talking about tears?
What if I told you there were notes so resonant, so bellowing with unbridled passion and hope that they could make one stand up and smash their hands together with tactical rhythmic precision.
You mean applause?
Yes, yes. And Claude is the master of creating these notes, arranging and refining them into raw chords.
I don't understand how...
They're field tested, too. When Claude wrote the music for Les Miserables, he specifically set out to...
Wait, you're Claude Michel Schonenberg, composer of Miss Saigon?
You clearly, about it.
When Claude wrote the music for Les Miserables, he specifically set out to test his theory that notes could elicit these physical responses. The West End was his Los Alamos, Broadway his Bikini Atoll, and the result and the tests were 100% effective. He brought these results to Lockheed, and ever since we've been working in conjunction to perfect his amazing...
I'm going to have to stop you right there, Goodwin. As much as I've enjoyed your little history lesson, I just don't understand how this constitutes a weapon.
Don't you see? These notes, these chords, they're the key to building the perfect soldier. They don't get processed in your brain. They get processed in your soul. They force your body to do things your mind would never sanction. They strip away at all your humanity until all logical faculties are gone. A 52-year-old bread thief is the only man in France strong enough to lift a runaway cart? It doesn't make any sense. Nevertheless, you clap.
I don't know that reference. I don't know what you're making.
If you did, you'd find it very persuasive.
Frankly, Goodwin, I'm not finding any of this very persuasive. The purchasing committee is going to pass on this proposal.
Now, Walker, have I ever let you down? Remember Grunkin Slovakistan?
Somebody has to, since there are no survivors left to tell that story.
Exactly. This is what we do at Lockheed Martin. We sell the executioner his sword.
Okay, fine. I guess I'm willing to take a flyer on this one. How much for Cloud?
3.2 billion.
Oh, Goodwin, you should have said he was cheap to begin with. Deal!
Buxton pops a bottle of champagne. Exterior, a desert peak. Months later, a platoon of soldiers and their commanding officers stand overlooking a small village in the valley.
All right, men. Our targets are down in that village. We've been given the green light to infiltrate and take them out with impunity.
But sir, that village is full of civilians, women, and children!
Spare me the melodrama, Private.
Captain, the collateral damage will cause such
This is a direct order, dod dang it!
The platoon does not move. The CO sighs. He pulls out his walkie-talkie to radio something in.
Initiate the CMS protocol.
A plane flies overhead, and out of it parachutes Claude, Michael, Schoenberg, and his warrior. They land on the ground. The CO pops in a pair of earplugs.
Claude?
Okay.
The CO gives him the go-ahead signal. Claude plays a high chord. Slowly, then with great speed, every man in the platoon's eyes begin to eject tears. The tears pull together and rush into the valley. They flood the entire village.
Now, was that so hard?
The CO looks down in the valley and sees some civilians fleeing from the wreckage.
Looks like we've got some strays. You boys know what to do.
Absolutely not!
The CO shoots Claude the signal. Claude plays a lower, more resonant chord, and the entire platoon's hands launch out and begin clapping. Soldier number one's head is between soldier number two's outstretched hands. When they clap, it is with such power that soldier number one's head explodes.
Well, shit on a biscuit! Let's space out the formation a little in the future. Now, we move out.
The platoon begins to march down the hill, all the while clapping their hands like wind-up toy monkeys with cymbals.
Operation Curtain Call is a go.
A lot of good stuff in this. Good stuff.
That's the sketch.
I think I want to see what could be done to make survivors of war happy and/or just emotionally positive responses. Like people wailing and there's fire and like their whole village has been destroyed or their whole city, and then Claude is playing and all of a sudden they love the army that's destroyed them. That's what
It's a grand old flag.
it's a high-flying flag.
My baby is drowning in the tears. Do you hear the people sing?
Singing a
I
song
love the
of
American Army.
The
America is
Army.
good.
Sure.
I
Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier today. That the notes would also probably have an effect on the civilian population.
I feel like I have nothing to contribute to this because I don't fucking like this theater bullshit. I hate this fucking crap.
Oh, that's another space for a joke. The theaters of war.
Oh,
We're
true.
sending him to the Pacific. He slayed in Broadway. Now we're sending him to the Pacific Theater.
What about
they co-op some of the USO people to join in with.
I would also love it
CMS protocol.
if the opposing army, like ISIS, gets a hand on the guy who wrote Cats.
That's great. Armies start getting their
This
own
is numbered.
famous
We have
composers.
kidnapped Andrew Lloyd Webber.
It's a less powerful weapon, sir, but it's a weapon all the same.
Yeah, it used to be powerful, but it's like when they sell the army planes that were commissioned in the 90s. They're not as good anymore, but the contracts are still there. And I'll say, the sketch is called "Of Thee I Sing" because it's both a 1940s Gershwin musical and the title of Obama's children's book. So there's a little,
Layers.
There's a lot of themes going on today. Pitches that don't go well. Obama, Sneed, the future.
I have one last note, and then I think we can move on to the next one. But maybe retool the sketch.
What was that?
What?
What is with you?
What do you mean?
All these needles.
I have a note as well.
We're at 51 minutes. Somebody has to move this thing along.
I was going to move this thing
And then
along,
I
but
did
you
it
constantly
instead. I
mentioning
did it
it.
instead. But your ego trip.
I
But
know,
you're having a power trip.
But no,
You're having a power trip.
Because the difference is you're white and I'm.
I'm not white. I'm Jewish. I'm from the ancient tribe of Yehuda.
So when
my note is
when Claude,
Excuse me,
well, it
Billy.
seems like you've done
Excuse
your
me, Billy.
thing. It feels like your thing is done.
I know Aaron interrupted my thing, and then I had to do a new thing.
Well, now get in the back of the line because I'm already talking. I'm already saying
All
my
right,
thing. So
we're gonna get Billy's thing, then David's thing, and then we're gonna move on to the next sketch.
Thank you. When Claude parachutes out with his organ, I think it would be funny if the organ is so heavy that they just slam into the ground really hard and the organ sort of breaks, but it's still playable. Like it's, he's playing it, but at the bottom is sort of all busted up.
Yes, that'd be great. And now, David, it's time for your thing.
I don't even want to do my thing anymore.
Come on.
All right,
David.
everybody, let's open up.
No, I'm not doing my fucking thing.
Okay, well, you little Miss Priss over here doesn't want to do his thing.
I was just going to say, okay, this is what I was going to say. I was going to say, instead of Jean-Claude Benet Ramsey or whatever his name is, maybe you have it so it's an upchuck little chunker is the, maybe the new big piece of military technology.
No. We're moving on to the next. We're moving
Or
on
maybe,
to the
or
next
maybe
sketch.
a real green little dumper.
None of that. We're moving on
Everybody,
to the next
let's
sketch.
open
This
up
sketch,
L.A. Batman.
it's called L.A. Batman. It's a Billy Broder original.
Stop saying the last names.
My last
He
name's on the table.
is fine with his last name.
Yeah, my
Oh
last name's on
God.
the table, dude.
This would have been a great episode if we all didn't come in with such hostilities against each other.
Yeah.
Now it's the best episode.
At least we're feeling some kind of emotion towards each other for once.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Okay.
When we're Lincoln logging, you guys don't even look at me in the eyes anymore.
What is Lincoln logging?
Dick and button, dick and button, dick and button. The square formation.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Billy, you want to cast us out?
I would love to. Who wants to do their best Batman voice?
I'm Batman.
I'm gonna give it to
wait.
Evan.
I think Evan's gonna do a better.
Actually, maybe let's let Aaron do that. I'm loving his.
No,
Batman.
Aaron, I have a
Going
role
down.
for Aaron. I asked the question,
Okay.
but I already know the roles. You're playing Batman, Evan. Aaron, you're gonna play Linda and Commissioner Gordon. And David, you are
The guy from Tiptoes.
and David, you are gonna play. You're gonna play driver's voice number 1 and Fox. Does that sound right?
Okay. Sure.
All right, and I think that was all the roles, and I'm gonna take the Bushito and driver's voice number 2, and we will.
What the hell? I just read what Linda is.
I think you're gonna knock it out of the park.
I hate you.
Exterior,
Billy, you got to redact
shrouded.
these sketches as well.
Yeah, I should redact them before we
If
start as well.
if Aaron's reading things.
Just to get into it, because I do think context is important. In a previous unaired episode, I wrote a sketch called L.A. Spider-Man that went over not too bad, but it certainly was the worst thing I've ever written in my life. So, with that said, L.A. Batman Exterior, shrouded darkness, night. Batman crouches, eyes locked into the shadow of crime before him.
I am vengeance. I am the last crusade against a broken world. I am Hollywood.
Title card fades in over his eyes. L.A. Batman, written by Tim Burton. We zoom out. Batman is crouched on the top of the Y in the center of the Hollywood sign. He flies off. Exterior, Skid Row, night. Batman stands in an encampment handing out Narcan. There is a team of electricians setting up a giant bat signal linked to a big generator.
So, anytime you guys are being harassed by the police, or the city sends a bulldozer team to clear you out, just turn this on, and I'll be there in no time.
A group of sex workers walk up.
Hey there, Batman.
Hi, Linda. Anything new going on here I should know about?
It's the same old shit. Hey, I heard you and that crazy clown fella. What's his name?
Bert Kreischer.
Yeah. I heard you and him were starting a podcast together.
Wait, is that the bat signal?
There is a faint spotlight faded in the smog. It looks like it could be the bat signal.
I'm not sure.
I better check it out.
Exterior, 110...
Bye-bye, Batman.
Exterior, 110 freeway, minutes later. The Batmobile is in bumper-to-bumper traffic.
I'm heading there as fast as I can. The 110 is backed up.
I'm so sorry, but in my brain, I was like, I'm gonna do the same exact voice for Commissioner Gordon as Linda, but Commissioner Gordon isn't even established to be there. So it's like, L.A. Bane's got the entire cast of Stranger Things inside the stadium, and he's gonna threaten to infect them all with strep throat.
Oh no.
They have 3 weeks of shooting coming up for the new season, or it won't be able to release until the next quarter. Hurry, man. It's a matter of life and death over there.
I'm driving as fast as I can. I think there was some sort of accident.
What about the Batcopter?
The visibility's really poor. I'm not going out like that, man.
Batman lays on the horn and tries to merge out of his lane.
Yeah, fuck off, douchebag!
Learn to drive!
I'm sorry.
Exterior, Fox lot, night. Lucian Fox is staring at Batman.
You're telling me these cameras are able to tap into any set on any lot in the entirety of the Los Angeles County limits?
Yes, but you can only use it for helping me monitor crimes on set. No funny business. No looking at other companies' work.
Oh, you can count on me, Batman. Wanna hit my icky, sticky, dank, gooey blue dream pen?
I'll hit anything that moves.
Here, it's a fucking indica, more like Indicouch. It's a little joke that me and my friends do. There's no button.
Batman smokes the pen.
Holy fuck. I think maybe you guys at Fox are the bad guys. Also, I don't think I'm over my parents' death.
Interior, Batcave, days later. Batman's sitting on the bat couch with a bat bong eating bat chips.
I'm finally happy.
Okay, he should be writing a script about the parents' death and processing
that's so
that.
That's so true.
He's
I would
back in the
also-
Batcave writing the script, and Alfred's, do you need any help with the script, Batman?
I'm stuck
I would also like...
in Act 2. I can't figure out how the reversal of fortune should work here.
I would also like it if the city actually sends a bulldozer to Skid Row and they're calling out for help from Batman, and he's like, actually, it was kind of an eyesore. And then he does his cape and he jumps away.
Yeah, they offer
And he gets
Batman
the bat dozer out too.
Yeah, they offer him a $30 million contract to clean up Skid Row. And he's like, well, now that there's a lot of good I could do with this money, too.
And then it's just cutting to a montage of him tying up everybody in Skid Row in the bat shackles.
Yeah, and more in like the old Adam West style Batman where he's punching a homeless person. It goes
Pow!
and then he throws a thing that ties their feet around while they're trying to escape. It's like wham!
It'd be funny if the pows and the zaps and the bams were also interlaced with words like societal oppression.
Maybe at one point Penguin, played by Harvey Weinstein, can break out of jail and Batman Stop him. We can cut that out.
L.A. Bruce Wayne is meeting
really
with Harvey Weinstein about a film that L.A. Wayne Enterprises is going to be producing.
Now, Mr. Weinstein, what about another Batman picture?
I love it. I think it's great. We're gonna get Bert Kreischer as the Joker.
Yeah, what's Bert Kreischer and Batman's podcast about?
I think that was just
a great question.
I think that was just Hollywood rumor. Just one of those stories that's going around. That's
Yeah,
why
there
he
should
doesn't
be-
even answer.
Maybe at the end we could get like a spinning deadline newspaper that pops up in front of the screen that says Batman, Bert Kreischer, podcast canceled amidst controversy.
It would be really funny if it's a podcast in the Batcave where Kreischer is trying to run ops for him and help him look around the city and give him his pointers and stuff. And meanwhile, Bert Kreischer is like, "Hey, ever hear about the time I got dosed?"
This one time,
that
Ari
story?
Shaffir.
By L.A. Scarecrow's fear poison? No, just by...
No, by
By club drugs.
Ari Shaffir. He's a Jewish guy from New York.
L.A. Ari
Hey, man.
Shaffir.
Hey, Commissioner Gordon, I'm thinking about moving to Austin. It's the new LA.
It's LA for guys like me, guys who don't want to pay property tax.
There's a lot of crime there and no property tax.
Anyways, let's open up the Beatles Discover Head.
Yeah,
This is our last sketch of the
Billy's
day.
giving us a twofer tonight.
I got a 2-pow wham bam for you. Okay, there's 4 Beatles. So, Aaron, you will be John.
Ooh. Oh.
David will be Paul. Evan, you can play George, and I'll be Ringo. And then I will do... Okay, so the narrator is supposed to improvise an ending at the end. Does that sound enticing to anyone, or should I just cover that?
Give it to Evan.
Okay, Evan. And then I'm gonna play Bob Dylan. And Aaron...
Hey, Bob Dylan.
Aaron, do you want to play Bob Dylan? That was pretty good.
No, I can't. No.
Oh, Aaron should be playing Bob Dylan.
Okay, Aaron, you're gonna play Bob Dylan.
My only thing is I'm pretty bad at reading, and there's a lot of words here on the page that I see.
All right, I'll play Bob Dylan. Aaron, you could be the bowling alley employee. And David, if you could cover the stages, I guess.
Guys, yesterday I watched...
Was there anything else I was doing besides narrator?
Yeah, you're playing George.
Playing George, okay.
Wait, does the bowling alley attendee sound like, oh, hey, welcome to the bowling alley?
That sounds great. If you could do it like that, genuinely, that would be funny, because then it'll just be 2 Bob Dylans talking to each other.
And I'm Paul in stage directions?
Yes, if you could.
In the license of the media, they added my penis size on Wikipedia.
Okay.
Guys, last night I watched Take Me Home Tonight and The Double. It was a 2 for Grace.
Interior studio day.
Many people know this story.
Hey, last night I was watching the double. It was a 2 for Grace. Praise Sneed.
It was a 2 for Grace.
Oh, praise Sneed, praise Sneed.
All right. And not joking around, jokesters. All right, interior studio day.
Many people know the story of how Bob Dylan introduced the Beatles to smoking pot in the mid-1960s, but people have forgotten the many other things he taught the Beatles about as well. These are their stories. Bum bum. Bum bum. Ba 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 ba.
Interior kitchen day. Bob Dylan is in an apron lecturing the Fab Four as they take notes.
All right, this is how you bake a cake. You're gonna whisk 3 cups of flour, the baking powder, and salt in a bowl until combined. Stir 2 sticks of melted butter and a sugar in a large pan. Yeah. Beat in the eggs, 1 at a time, scraping down the bowl as needed. Keep all that sticky goodness. Beat in the flour mixture in 3 batches, alternating with the milk, beginning and ending with flour, milk, until just smooth. That's what gives the cake its richness and texture. Makes sense.
Hey, I should teach this one to Yoko.
Interior living room day.
So your chair is wibbly wobbly, huh? Go on. Doesn't sit on the floor.
No, not at all.
The screw's gone loose, right?
Oh, well, for fuck's sake, Bob, if we knew what was wrong with it, we would never fix it ourselves, man.
You just take a little screwdriver and then it's a ratty-tatty lefty-loosey.
I mixed a little John Lennon in with Boomhauer.
It works.
You come up with that yourself, Bob.
Yeah.
Interior bedroom day.
I taught those boys all kinds of stuff.
John Lennon, fully naked, lies prone on his bed.
Oh, wait, what was that tune you were doing earlier, Paul?
Paul gags on John's dick balls. Then his head pops up. I'm sorry, what did you say? I can't really hear you. I'm fitting it all in now, John. I'm getting better and better. I've been practicing, man.
Oh, yes you are, Paul. I'm so happy you taught us this.
Bob Dylan is revealed in a chair right next to them.
Yeah, threw the bums a dime, didn't you?
Yeah. People forget that you need to unwind, man. It can't all be work.
What? Are you done?
No, I figure I'll go a little while longer.
Hey, where's George and Ringo?
Over here.
Camera pans over to find George and Ringo engaged in full-on sexual intercourse.
I'm using a drumstick. Yeah, well, whatever you need to call it, man.
Interior bowling alley day.
Eventually I learned knowledge could go from a blessing to a curse, like the rotted pit of an apple core growing mealy from the inside.
Bob Dylan is speaking with a fan.
Excuse me, sir. You're with the four gentlemen in the suits, correct? The guys with the funny the haircuts?
Are you talking about the Beatles?
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're saying to me, sir. With that mop-top group of young boys or
You
not?
seriously don't know the Beatles? Are you trying to be cool or something?
Are you with them or not, sir?
Yeah, I'm with them.
Ah, well, good. They're being removed from... well, good. Well, they're being removed. We found them blowing each other in the middle of lane 5. Not even on the bench in the middle of the lane. These are children there, sir.
Interior classroom day. Bob Dylan stands in front of a chalkboard with equations written across it.
Eventually, though, as the Beatles' fame grew and grew, their gag reflexes quickly diminished, and I realized that perhaps I had done more harm than good. So, guys, are you paying attention? Who could tell me what the D in PEMDAS stands for?
The chairs in the classroom are empty.
Guys? Where'd you go?
Interior studio day.
Unfortunately, because they were so focused on having sexual intercourse with each other, the Beatles never released another song. And we missed out on some of the great all-time classics in music. However, Bob Dylan was able to teach John and the gang one final lesson: how to dodge bullets. So John went on to live a long and healthy life. However, there was never a song called Back in the USSR released, the song that ended the Cold War and initiated glasnost and perestroika.
I was fucked in the back of the USSR.
I'm getting blown in the USSR.
Thank you for watching Behind the Music.
Back blown out in the USSR.
Yeah, that's literally, like, I'm like that guy in that video of him in the plane, Billy. I just want to shake your hand. I
want to shake your hand.
I also want to say that blowing each other in the middle of lane 5 does sound like a Beatles song.
Why don't we do it in lane 5?
Some kids will be watching us. Why don't we do it in lane 5? I want to say, I drove Billy home last night, and we were hanging out until 2 a.m. And he said to me, he's like, I'm worried. I'm worried either. I'm either gonna strike a eureka moment or I'm gonna write another L.A. superhero sketch, and somehow he managed to do both, which is pretty impressive.
Prudence, have you learned about head? The head is good. The sky is gray. We're in L.A. Is that Batman?
Praise Snoop.
That's right. It's me, Batman.
Yeah, that's my only complaint about this sketch is that it doesn't have enough Beatles songs as sexual innuendos.
Yeah,
in it.
definitely more. Definitely more songs.
Oh, I mean, like "Come Together" was there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I mistakenly said that we were watching Behind the Music when it was pretty clear at the beginning we were watching Law and Order SVU.
It's a crossover episode.
I
It's a crossover.
ripped from the headlines.
Maybe Martha, my dear. Parentheses. I'm cheating on you for men.
Lucy fucks a guy with diamonds. Lucy fucks a guy for diamonds.
Lucy fucks a guy hard as a diamond.
Man, if only there were any more Beatles songs. Well,
Once upon a time, you're just so fine, blowing John, blowing his mind. Then you.
Octo Penis Garden.
takes a woman like you to watch me get my back blown out.
I had the
Whoa,
only.
what a wonderful feeling.
Oh, I'm stuck inside of Ringo. Didn't use no lube again.
When I get to the bottom and finally pull down your pants and I start sucking penis.
When I get
When
to
I
the
get to the
bottom, I go
bottom,
back
when
to
I
the
get to
top
the-
of the shaft, and I lick, and I suck, and I go really half,
And I
When
make
I
you
get to
come
the bottom-
again.
and you come again. Yeah.
Everybody,
Got to
that
get
was
you
live from
into
your
my
bathroom.
ass.
we are the Beatles of sketch comedy.
Gotta get you into my ass. It's so funny.
We will see you in 6 months. Everybody praise Sneed. Hope the writer's strike is still going on so we have a lick of a chance. Thank God for L.A. Batman. Pick up your fucking chunky chumblers
And-
a Target near
And
you.
also remember to
And we'll see you next
remember
week.
to comment your favorite and your least favorite sketch in the comment section below.